Last time in the Marvel Universe, Ant-Man fought Communist. Because what else? This time we're coming back to Hulk. We haven't seen Hulk in a while. The reason why is because Hulk's series is a bi-monthly, meaning that he has an issue released every month. Since that there's a lot of issues before a lot of those are those these horror comics were already monthly, and we put superhero in them. They're going to be show up more, and basically I also have them in alphabetical order for each day, like month and year. So Incredible Hulk comes after some of them. So that's why it's taking a while to get back here. But anyway, we're back to the Hulk, and I can't be more excited because I like the Hulk comics. So let's see what the store for our little green buddy. I can't control him anymore. The Hulk's gone berserk. See the Hulk banished to outer space, tracked by the Ringmaster and other thrills with the most exciting original character in comics. Look, nothing can stop him now. He can fly. I like this cover, but I know who the Ringmaster is because I read a lot of Spider-Man comics, so I don't know what. I don't think it's gonna relate to that, but we'll see what happens. The Hulk banished to outer space. Part one. This is written by Stan Lee and illustrated by Jack Kirby. I forgot to mention that because sometimes they don't list it clear enough. But pretty much all these issues I've read have been written and illustrated by those two, except for the Big Fantasy 15. But let's get back into it. In this cement walled chamber beneath the sea, the most incredible creature on Earth pounds vainly against the walls of his prison walls, which were built to withstand the force of an atomic explosion. While outside the Hulk's cell, a tense teenager mutters a silent prayer, hoping against hope that Dr. Bruce Banner has built the chamber strong enough to keep the greatest menace Earth has ever known from escaping. There are a few hours till daybreak, and then the Hulk will have changed back to Bruce Banner, and it'll be safe for me to free him. Yes, we are in issue 3, and Hulk still transforms from day to night. I'm curious when it's going to change to him being anger related. We'll see. So the amazing drama takes place in that lonely cavern, hidden from the eyes of men, as Rick Jones keeps his faithful vigil, knowing that behind the wall, a human engine of destruction is quivering to break loose. Thinking these walls are holding the Hulk. Hulk can't escape. Alone with his thoughts, the boy remembers the event took. Why does every issue have to have a flashback? I know we haven't seen the Hulk in a while, but we know his origin. We get it. At least it's not Fantastic Four's origin again. Anyway, past few hours, as he and Dr. Banner rush to the hidden cavern. Hurry, Rick, it's growing dark. Actually, this isn't a flashback to the first issue, sorry. I just think every time it's a flashback, I assume it's a issue to flashback to the first appearance of the character. Sorry about that. Hurry, Rick, it's growing dark. There isn't much time. I'm coming, Doc. We're just in time. Now remember, don't open the door till daybreak, no matter what. But Doc, what if something happens to me? What if I get sick or something? What if I can't open the door in the morning? It's a chance I have to take, Rick. Better for me to suffocate in there as Bruce Banner and escape and menace the world as the Hulk. The massive concrete door closes behind Bruce Banner, the exact moment that evening begins on the surface. Then, just as it has happened so many times before, a startling change comes over the mild, scholarly scientist. And behold, the Hulk! Satisfied that the monstrous creature is safely imprisoned in his cell, Rick leaves the cavern as he heads for Bruce Banner's cottage and some much needed sleep. Ooh, I could sure use some shut-eye. But suddenly, hold on, son. You're Rick Jones, aren't you? Yeah, what's it to you, Napoleon? Don't get smart, kid. We've been looking for you. We had this area under surveillance all day. We know you are bound to show up sooner or later. And our orders from General Thunderbolt Ross bring in Rick Jones. The General knows you're the only one who can lead us to the Hulk. At the headquarters a few miles away, Thunderbolt Ross holds a dramatic staff meeting. My men will find Rick Jones. You can count on it. And when they do, we'll get the Hulk. He won't escape us again, I swear. Now remember, when the boy's brought in, we begin Plan H. We'll force him to bring the Hulk to us. Here he comes now, General. What's the big idea, General? I ain't done nothing. Jones, I'll get right to the point. You've got to bring the Hawk to us. There's no time to lose. Couldn't, mister. Nothing can make me rat on the Hawk. Look, son, this is bigger than you or me. This involves the security of the United States. Out there on the launching pad is America's newest, most important missile. It must be tested, but there isn't a man living who could stand the force of its G-pull except the Hawk. We want the Hawk to ride the rocket in the interest of national security, but no one else can do it. Now, what do you say? A silence so thick that could almost be cut descends upon the room. The sullen teenager makes his decision. It's something that our country needs. How can I refuse? I've got to bring the Hawk here, if I can. And so, a short time later, after convincing himself that the troops have not followed him and that the secret of the hidden cavern will remain a secret, Rick Jones sets out to free the Hawk. I can explain to them that I can't control the Hawk when he gets free. Who knows what he'll do? Slowly, nervously, the teenager releases the mighty shaft which holds the concrete door in place, but even before he finishes, the pounding is getting louder. With a surge of unbelievable power, the mightiest thing on earth shatters the half-loosened door as he comes thundering out of his dungeon. I'm free! You, boy, you locked me in that cell. You pay for that now. If he gets a hold of me, I'm a goner. He's following me now. If I can just lead him to the missile. Luckily for me that the Hulk can't move too fast. I'm pretty sure they changed that in because he's pretty fast in Claire comics. But apparently he's slow here. Well, he transforms in the night and day, so who cares? Reaching the installation, the Hawk's shambling form is followed every step of the way by tight-lipped troops with weapons locked. His massive form lumbering forward like a dreadnought, the Hawk brushes aside obstacles which stand in his way as easily as a man might brush aside a fly. General Ross, he's coming. The lad is leading him straight toward the missile. So far, so good. He's following me up the gantry. If I make one false move, now I'll be curtains for this cat. I'll leave my jacket here on, and then duck under the framework. The Hawk will think I'm in the cabin. It worked. I sure hope I did the right thing with betraying him this way. The Hawk is in the capsule, sir. Condition green. Close the capsule. Prepare to launch. In a lonely cabin, a thought being begins to penetrate the Hawk's brooding brain as the mighty creature realizes he has been trapped. But there is no time for action, no time for escape. Within seconds, the roaring missile is rocketing into the atmosphere, and then past the atmosphere into endless space. While back at the control center, we've done it! It worked! It's the end of the Hawk. He'll never return alive to menace Earth again! Suddenly, as the speeding ship hurtles through the heavens, the cabin is bathed in warm, bright light of the sun. Sunlight, the one element that brings about the most astonishing change on Earth, that change of the Hawk back into the form of Dr. Bruce Banner. Where am I? What happened? The dazed scientist can fully come to his senses. The unshielded spaceship enters a vast radiation belt. This might be where he changes from angry, I guess, if he's going for radiation. Who knows? We'll see. Once again, Bruce Banner's body is subjected to those mysterious powerful rays about which so little is truly known. Rays of intense radiation, the power to effect the most fantastic changes upon anything that lives. Rays which bathe Bruce Banner's body for seconds, which seemed like a lifetime. Then finally, the tiny capsule breaks through the radioactive belt in its diminishing race away from Earth. 1,000 feet below, the tense teenager scans the skies as one nerve-wracking thought repeats and repeats in his brain. Did I do the right thing? What if I've doomed Dr. Banner? Turning really to the control center, Rick Jones accidentally overhears General Ross. Well, we've done it. That's the end of the Hawk. Let's hope so, sir, for if he ever returns, he'll be so filled with fury that we'll never be able to stop him. What? Adds. Don't worry about the Hawk returning. That missile is on a flight to infinity, and it's a one-way journey. It was a trip. They tricked me. It was the only way they can remove the mass of the Hawk. If I can't let them do it, they don't realize that it isn't really just an inhuman monster to be destroyed. By any means, he's Bruce Banner, and I've got to save him. I'm saying this out loud because it's not a thought bubble. Here's the massive control panel. This is my chance. No one's looking. At the split second, just as Rick Jones touches the control switch, the unbelievable amount of radiation which the ship has absorbed causes a shock to the traveler, the many, many miles back to Earth. An electric shock which will link the Hawk and Rick Jones more closely together than ever before. Yow! Then the deep deed is done. The shock is gone, and due to the switch being pulled, the rocket package drops away from the missile and the capsule plummets back to Earth. I've done it! I brought the missile back. The automatic chute is opening, but it's still falling too fast. It's too late now. Bruce Banner will be in the capsule instead of the Hawk. He'll never be able to survive a crash landing. Gasp! It's too late. I killed him. I killed the only real friend I ever had. No human being could have lived through that crash. Yup, I've killed him. But at that moment, the Hawk! How? How? It's impossible. You can't be the Hawk in daylight. You should have changed to Dr. Branner by now. What happened to you up there? Why are you glowing like that? As effortlessly as a man would lift a cardboard box, the mighty Hawk lifts the wrecked space capsule and... Your fault. Oh, your fault. I gotta run. Gotta get away. He's more dangerous than ever now. Long, frantic moments later. I can run faster than him, but I'm getting tired. The Hawk never gets tired. He can go on forever. I'm stuck. No place else to run. Now, revenge. No. No. Stay back. Please stop. Huh? He stopped. He's standing still, emotionally. I said stop, and he stopped. He's standing there almost like a robot. So, awaiting my next command, I gotta test him. Your hand, Hawk. Raise your hand. Now sit down. That's it. Sit. It's impossible, but it's true. He obeys me, my every command. Bend down. Down now, Hawk. I need a lift down the mountain. That's it. Then. What could have caused it? What? Wait, I know that shock when I pulled that switch. That was it. Somehow, in some way, I'll never understand. A current ran from the Hawk capsule to me down to the ground. It may have something to do with the radiation belt up there. Whatever it was, it made the Hawk my servant. I'm his master. Me, Rick Jones, master of the mightiest creature on Earth. What about Dr. Banner? When will he change back to his true self, or will he ever change back? There's my cabin. I gotta figure out what to do next. Tell the Hawk while I get some shut-eye. Don't move, understand. Don't move. But a few minutes later, Rick awakens with a start. Heard something. Hey, the Hawk's gone. It's an easy matter for the boy to follow the Hawk trail, an awesome trail leading straight into town. My control over him must end when I fall asleep. He only obeys me when I'm awake, but now I gotta get him before he runs amok. I'm just in time. There he is. He's going on a rampage. What'll I do? I can't get close enough to him. He can't hear me. And then the heavily armed state troopers appear on the scene, but even their automatic firearms can't halt the mighty Hawk. We're forcing him back. Yeah, but we're not hurting him. What happens when we run out of ammo? The trooper's fire slows the Hawk up enough to give Rick a chance to leap into action. Hawk, we got to get out of here. Do you hear me? Gotta get out of here fast. I hear. Regarding the awe-stricken lad, in one massive arm, the Hawk leaps in the air, but is a leap that like of which has never before been seen by mortal man. A leap which carries him over the top of the tallest building. A leap propelled by the most powerful muscles of any living thing on Earth. We're flying! Finally, miles away at the outskirts of town. Down, go down, Hawk. That's it. Too much for me. I got the most powerful thing in the world under my control, and I don't know what to do with it. One thing I do know, I don't dare go to sleep again unless he's locked up back in his dungeon. At the command from the boy, the Hawk calmly enters the escape-proof cell, which he himself has built when he was Dr. Bruce Banner. There, he'll be safe there for a while, until I can figure out how to turn you back to Dr. Banner. That's it. That is, if you ever can. Slowly, ponderously, the massive door closes as the thing, which is the Hawk, watches silently with no trace of expression on his cold, unblinking eyes. Lucky I was able to replace this shattered steel ramrod. And through the long night, Rick Jones sits outside the concrete wall, still afraid to fall asleep, still not trusting the unimaginable strength of which the Hawk possesses. So wondering as he waits what will happen at that fateful moment when he can stay awake no longer. What will happen then? Boys! Ah, men! As Rick Jones sits against the cold, dank wall, fighting desperately to keep from falling asleep, his thoughts goes racing back to the beginning, back to why? I read this already in issue 1. Why are we getting the origin of Hulk? This is the third issue. It's not like it's like the issue like 50 or you want a refresher on what the Hulk is? His origin? I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember. It wasn't that long ago. Okay, we need a drink for this recap. It was a day that started like any day when Rick has taken a dare to some friends and driven into an off-limits atomic testing range. I'll show the guys I ain't chicken. I'll drive right up to the test area. The seconds before the powerful gamma ray bomb was duly detonated, Dr. Bruce Banner saved the boy from his vantage point in a shielded bunker. There's someone out there. He'll be killed. Unmindful of his own safety, the world's famous nuclear scientist dashed to the teenager and sped with him towards a nearby trench. Hey, hold it, Daddy-o. What's the big idea? No time to make it back to the bunker, but there's a ditch over here. Eventually, Dr. Bruce Banner, no, just Dr. Banner, sorry, hurled Rick Jones to the crevice where the teenager was shielded from the mysterious massing gamma rays. But at that second, ugh, the blast! Standing in the open, exposed, and unsheltered the heroic Bruce Banner absorbed the full impact of the nuclear explosion, even though the center of the blast was a good 5 miles away. His ear-piercing screams filled the desert air, as the scientist lost all sense of time and space as a strange, awesome change took place in the atomic structure of his body. A short time later, Dr. Banner regained consciousness in a room at the base hospital with the boy whose life he had just saved standing by. Boy Rick Jones, who was destined never to leave him again. You saved my life, Dr. Banner. I'll never forget it. The blast, the noise, the rays. What happened to me? What happened? And then as the sun set, as though in answer to Bruce Banner's anguished question, the Geiger counter on a nearby table began to tick louder and louder. Click, click, and louder and louder. Click, 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 and louder. Until the man who had been Dr. Bruce Banner had turned into the most dangerous living creature on Earth, the Incredible Hulk. The Hulk mightier than a battering ram. The Hulk more dangerous than a runaway tornado. The Hulk as uncontrollable as the very forces of nature herself, foe of every human being on Earth. Only one other believing person knew the secret of the Hulk's true identity, and that person was Rick Jones, who refused to desert him no matter what he had turned into. Wait for me. I'm going with you. You need me. Only Rick Jones knew that with the coming of dawn, the Hulk again became Dr. Bruce Banner, the man who saved his life. Just leave me, Rick. I can't control myself when I become the Hulk. Even you won't be safe. But Rick Jones did not leave his friend. Instead, he helped Bruce Banner build a massive prison on the sea, a prison which was created to house the Hulk and from the prison which he created to house the Hulk, in which from he cannot escape. Open the door when it's daylight again, but till then you'll have to stay in there for your own good. And none but Rick Jones knows where the Muddy Hulk is present, and none but Rick can cut him free. All this flashes through the weary teenager's memory as he sits at the dungeon door, frantically praying that he will stay awake. For he could For if he should fall asleep as he is starting to do now, his controls over the creature behind the wall will end, and with the Hulk being more powerful than ever now, he knows Master Concrete Door will hold. So lifelike, you'll expect it to hiss. Will the Mighty Hulk be a match for the Ringmaster? Yeah, there's a really goopy guy in a circus crime. Nothing that lives can defy me, for I have the power to stop men's wills, so all the world will pay homage to the Ringmaster. At least he's not a communist. Well, we'll see. I'm pretty sure he isn't. Let's leave Rick Jones and turn our attention to a new menace which appears on the scene. A menace such as the world has never known. It begins like this. Are you gazing at the town of Plainville? A mere 24 hours ago it was a busy, bustling little city, but now nothing moves, save two figures who cautiously drive through the strangely silent streets. Archer was right, Mike. This town is the same as the other two. Everyone's motionless. If not for their heartbeats, you'd think they're dead. So far, we've been able to hush it up so the nation won't panic, but we, the FBI men, can't solve this thing. Who can? They're all the same, not a flicker of movement, not even an eyelid. It's as though everyone's been turned to a living statue. As usual, the entire town's been ransacked. You could say that again. The bank's vault's been packed clean. As a whistle, whoever is responsible for this fantastic thing didn't miss a trick. Impossible, it defies all logic. How can anyone put entire towns under a spell and then rob them? If we only could find a clue, any little thing to go on. Wait a minute, maybe there is something. Look at this. Everyone in town that's been hit so far has the same circus poster displayed in the streets. Some lead, but we better check it out. Our scene now changes. We visit the Ringmaster Circus. Ladies and gentlemen, I, the Ringmaster, personally welcome you to the greatest show of all. Watch me closely every minute. Do not take your eyes off me for a second, and I'll guarantee you that you will see wonders such as you've never seen before. You're about to witness our miraculous main attraction. Don't take your eyes off me for a minute. Watch, see, behold! Note the spinning lines of my hat, the stars in the jacket, and the lines, the stars. You see them spin around and around. See them spin, spin! It is over. I have bet them to my will, just as I have done in those other towns we visit. They are all asleep. They cannot move nor speak. Now go, my performers, and go and give another of your fine performances. What a pity none will be wait to applaud you. Minutes later, the ringmaster hirelings, roam through the audience at will, robbing their helpless victims. Hope you're enjoying the show, mister. The ringmaster still is not satisfied. He next goes to the town itself, casting a spell over the few inhabitants who are not at the circus as his performers continue their looting. You know, Bruto, this is almost too easy. Just keep pedaling, doll. Wait a minute, Tina. Here are some more bracelets and necklaces you can carry. Alright, back to the caravan, all of you. There are many more towns for the ringmaster to visit. Pretty soon we're going to need a place like Fort Knox to store all this loot. So a strange carnival procession fades in the night, heading for its next destination, and leaving behind a town full of inhabitants who are still under the ringmaster's strange hypnotic spell. What has all this to do with the hawk? Well, let us see. I did it. I managed to stay awake all night, so the hawk didn't have the chance to run wild. What do I do now? I gotta find a place to get some food to wash up. The hawk will be safe enough here as long as I stay awake. Let's go visit my Aunt Polly. She doesn't live far from here. A short time later. Only in 6 boy. It's been ages since I've seen you. Where have you been? Really busy, Aunt Polly. But you wouldn't be interested in the details. Go along with you, Rick Jones. I certainly wouldn't be interested. But I know a buddy can't ever make you talk when you don't want to. After the teenager has eaten and chatted with Zaya, he decides to walk through town before returning to the hawk when he sees. Hey, nothing I like better than a circus. So fate tightens her little web. I, the Greek must principally welcome you, the greatest show of all. Remember, do not take your eyes off me for a second. Watch. Behold! He's gonna spin round and round and round. Ooh. Be a powerhouse of muscles. Oh yeah. What's this? Let's talk about the Hawk. After Usher Laird's editor, the Hawk 65. Wow, isn't this well? Actually, let's take a little hot break. Let's see if these are interesting. Not, we'll continue. These are some old letters. The Hulk is just as great as even greater than the Fantastic Four. Both are my favorites. The Hulk reminds me of a now deceased Heap from an old series, as well as old as a Frankenstein feature. He also reminds me of the Thing from your FF mag. In the future, why not have a book with issue titled The Hulk vs. the Thing? Which they did that. Glad you like our Hulk, Bob, but as far as meeting the Thing, we'll have to say that for a little later. Right now, it seems to be having enough trouble with General Ross and the rest of mankind. Jared, I believe your latest creation, The Hulk, has a terrific potential. You don't stereotype the character as so many other magazines do. The characters are all as unpredictable as real people. The Hulk's origin wasn't very original. I believe he just become one of the best comics put out today. I think your I think your new magazine, The Hulk, is the greatest. But how much chance do I have of getting my letter published in it? Well, it's not. Well, at least you can read these if you want. I'll leave it here for a second so you can read it and pause it. I'm not gonna read all these because I want to get on. Anything funny here, but you let me know. And this time, amongst his helpless victims, the ringmaster unwittingly numbers one teenage boy, a boy who has the Hulk to command. I can't move, can't speak. He's hypnotized all of us. Rick Jones is not helpless. He's not so long as he has the power to think. I'm gonna feel numb. My brain is getting clouded. I've got to call the Hulk before I black out. Come to me, Hulk. Help me. Come, Hulk. I can hear my thoughts from so far away. He must. He must. And he does. Boy in danger. Must go to him. Like a fantastic flying dreadnought, the massive creature hurtles through the air and plummets down towards the circus tent, directed by Rick's thought waves. What is that? Look, there's someone who the ringmaster didn't hypnotize. Just aim me towards him, pal. I'll take care of the big ox. Human cannonball. I'm sure you wouldn't happen there. Quickly, the powerhouse. Nothing that lives can withstand its pressure. Coming, boss. He stuns. Now our chance. The ringmaster's men bind the mighty hawk, thinking they have truly overpowered him. But they dream that he is simply motionless, waiting for his next command from his master, Rick Jones. Want me to finish him off, boss? No. I have a better idea. As Rick Jones remains in a hypnotized state, neither conscious nor yet asleep, the ringmaster's men carry their motionless hawk to one of the circus wagons. As the strange caravan leaves for the next town, little dreaming what an awesome engine of destruction they are holding in their midst. Delay the ringmaster prepares to open a new show at a new village with a startling new feature exhibit. We'll bill him as the monster of the age. The suckers won't be able to resist coming to see the big ape. Ringmaster, you're a genius. And so the show begins. The ringmaster waits for the moment to cast his sinister hypnotic spell. Ladies and gentlemen, when suddenly, Ringmaster, you're under arrest. This is the FBI. We followed you from town to town, and now we got you. Your victims told us everything when we stopped them out of their spell. Never mind that. Where's the Hawk? You're talking of a live bomb. At the very instant, at the sound of Rick's voice, the mightiest living thing on Earth snapped his chains as a human would snap a toothpick. Run! The monster's loose! Don't worry, boss. I got him trapped. Watch out, you fool. He's got superhuman power. But the Ringmaster's warning comes too late as a fantastic behemoth pushes the outfit back against the teeter board, upsetting the Ringmaster's armed cohorts. The Hulk is spoiling everything. The Ringmaster will escape in all this confusion. Wait, don't draw your gun. I'll handle the Hulk. Just give me a chance. But the government agent's fears realized as, not my chance to slip away. By the time anyone knows what's happened, I'll be in another town, in another skies. You'll never find me. But the fleeing fugitive has reckoned with the Hawk, now under the control of a vengeful Rick Jones. I'll stop him. He's lifting the main support pole right off the ground. It's impossible. But almost any feat of the strength is possible when the Hawk's performing it. Ooh! Help! Save me! Don't let him beat me! Hawk, let him go! Put him down! Despite his white-hot wrath, the Hawk has no choice but to obey the teenager, who is his master, as heavily armed troops from the nearby command post burst into the open scene. On the go, men! Where is he? Where's the Hawk? Stay inside, boy. The creature must be stopped before it's too late. No, you can't. He ain't just a creature. He's... I can't tell you. He's what he is, but nobody's shooting him. Urgh. Up, Hawk, up right through the tent. Look, he's flying. Nothing can stop him now. You did it, Hawk. We're free. You're safe, but for how long? You want to escape me forever, do you hear me, Hawk? I'll track you down the ends of the earth. I'll rid this world of your mess, no matter what. I swear it, Hawk. I swear it. And as our amazing saga comes to an end, but only for now, soon the Hawk will strike again. But more of that in the next issue of The Incredible Hulk. Don't dare miss it. I sure won't. Wow, look at these great ads. Next time we are going to go take Incredible Hulk number 4. Not next time. I don't even know what we're doing. I'm pretty sure we're going to Fantastic Four again next time, so see you then.